Horticulture training. The details. Weeds and plant health care products 2. Pruning 1. Plant health care products number 2. Always follow PPE protocol. Dust mask for chemical spraying or spreading fine granulars such as pre-emergent. Rubber gloves for granular chemical application. Earplugs when operating machinery. Safety glasses when using machinery or handling chemicals. Practice proper ladder safety such as the 3-point rule. Using a backpack sprayer for herbicide. The most common mistake when spraying weeds is overspraying. There should not be excess chemical around the weed. The only chemical to be applied should be enough to coat the foliage. Never squeeze the handle all the way unless you are spraying large patches of vegetation in a clear and open area. Only squeeze it enough for the product to drip out the end and only come in contact with the weed that you are intending to kill. When spraying heavily, the pressure will produce more drift that can affect nearby ornamentals. Post-emergent herbicides. Selectives are named such because they will only kill certain plants, but otherwise they work the same as non-selectives. Certainty and sedgehammer. Liquid-soluble granulars that are used to eliminate nutsedge. Multiple applications are normally needed to eradicate it. They can be sprayed directly over liriope and regular monkey grass, not dwarf. Grass getter. Liquid used to kill Bermuda grass. It can be sprayed directly over liriope and regular monkey grass, not dwarf, during spring and fall, but not during summer. Scepter. Liquid used to kill dollarweed. Multiple applications are normally needed to eradicate it. Relegate. Liquid used to kill spurge, bamboo, and is effective against poison ivy. It has low environmental impact and can therefore also be used for brush control. Selective herbicide rates. Unlike non-selectives, when mixing selectives, only mix the quantity that is needed for the day, as they do not last more than 24 hours. Certainty or sedgehammer. 1 large scoop per gallon of water. Grass getter. 1.5 ounces per gallon of water. Scepter. 0.17 ounces per gallon of water. Audible 80. 1 ounce per gallon of water. Audible 80 must be used as a buffer when using selectives. Common weeds in landscape. Virginia buttonweed, purple nutsedge. Clover, crabgrass, and dollarweed. Wild geranium and Dallas grass. Torpedo grass, Florida betony, and henbit. Chickweed, spurge, and Bermuda grass. Insecticide dusters. 7-Dust and Sluggo are mainly used in eradication of slugs, snails, and caterpillars. 7-Dust will kill over 65 different insects and does not penetrate plant tissue, so it is safe to use on edibles. To use, dust leaves surface lightly with thin, even film. Sluggo is best applied in the evening or early morning, as slugs and snails are nocturnal. Safe to use in organic gardens and safe to use around edibles. Rate is 1 pound per 1,000 square feet. Wet ground, spread around or near plants, do not place in piles. Additives for annuals. This mixture is applied when planting annuals, then a follow-up treatment is applied 6 weeks later. Vital Earth 20-20-20 water-soluble fertilizer. Rates as specified. Dura Armor. Rates as specified. TM 4.5. Rates as specified. Mefenoxam. Rates as specified. Mix all 4 products together in a sprayer. Connect hose and water annuals with hose and sprayer just like you would typically water in new annuals. Do not allow runoff. Pruning 1. Reasons for pruning. To contain size, to maintain shape or form, Remove sucker growth from tree trunks. Keep plants, flowers, and shrubs out of walkways and within designated borders. Maintain plant health by eliminating damaged, dying, or dead wood, leaves, or other tissues. Increase blooms and/or growth. Basic pruning. Formal hedges and topiary shrubs are pruned regularly to maintain a crisp and consistent shape and size. Shrubs uniformly planted in rows where the clear intent is to create a hedge should be kept as such. Edenscape's preference is to hedge shrubs into smooth, round shapes, not with sharp, square corners unless otherwise specified. Some shrubs are allowed to grow into their natural shape, depending on preference of architect, designer, and customer. Pruning can be achieved by using hand snips, shears, hedge trimmers, etc. Pruning techniques. Hedging. This technique is used on boxwoods, Japanese yews, hollies, yaupons, etc. Common shrubs. Boxwood and Pringledorf yew. Formal hedge, 18 inches tall plus or minus. Shishi. Hand snips preferable but depends on site. 18 inch to 36 inches tall and wide. Loropetalum and Sunshine ligustrum. Natural shape and hedge. Knockout rose. Natural shape, 3 to 4 feet tall. Oakland holly. Usually kept in a tight cone, 6 to 12 feet tall. Drift rose. Low-growing rose used as foundation plantings or for borders. Drift roses are to be trimmed to control size, remove dead branches, and thin out congestion in February and August. Common hydrangeas. Although these will just be sticks in the winter, don't prune them. You will be cutting off next year's buds. Prune all the older and taller stalks out right after blooming in the summer, and just leave the lower story new growth. Soil pH affects the color of the blooms. Acidic soils with a pH below 6 will produce blue blooms, while above 6 pH will produce pink blooms. Limelight and little lime hydrangea. They profusely showcase white blooms and can be cut back in winter to control size. Little lime is the dwarf version of limelight. Pruning annuals, perennials, and ground covers. Liriope and monkey grass are to be weeded in February when the tips are brown. Asian jasmine and other aggressive ground covers shall be hedged and pruned to contain it within its borders upon each visit as needed during the growing season. Lily of the Nile, daylilies, society garlic, amaryllis, foxtail fern, etc. need to have brown removed regularly and can be cut down to the ground during harsh freezes. Pruning ornamental grasses. Late winter is the time to prune back some of our ornamental grasses and ground covers. Liriope should also be pruned back prior to new foliage growth commencing. This is also true for most ornamental grasses. Maiden grass and fountain grass should be pruned back to 6 to 12 inches above the crown or base of the grass clump in mid-February. Muley grass is very popular but does not respond well to severe pruning. A maximum of 25 to 33% of foliage growth can be removed. Pruning annuals, perennials, and ground covers. Stems are to be removed from red yucca, black-eyed Susans, lily of the Nile, ligularia, roses, daylilies, society garlic, irises, rock lilies, and flax lilies once the blooms have finished. Bird of paradise, ginger, cordyline, and other tropicals need to be cut back to green foliage or to the ground during winter. These are some examples of when to prune finished blooms. Pruning trees. Edenscapes only prunes small landscape trees such as palm trees, crepe myrtles, Japanese maples, Japanese magnolias, hollies, etc., and only lower branches on large shade trees such as oaks, maples, elms, etc. A tree company is hired for anything larger than that. General landscape tree pruning is usually done in February when we are looking to prune for the following reasons: removing dead, diseased, broken, dangerous, or crossing branches. Pruning anything below 6 to 8 feet depending on the particular site. Pruning branches touching the house or roof. Pruning guidelines. Tools to use when pruning trees are safety glasses, hand pruners, loppers, hand saws, and sometimes a ladder, chainsaws, or pole pruners. Make proper cuts to prevent damage and keep aesthetically pleasing. Don't prune too close to the preceding branch or trunk, and don't leave a stub longer than 1/2 inch. Branches larger than 2-inch diameter or longer than 8 feet must be pruned using 3-cut method. When pruning palms, make sure to cut them all the way back and not leave stubs.